Behind Jackie Kennedy's polished facade lies a family saga filled with drinking binges, divorce engineering, loveless marriages, canceled weddings, eccentric relatives, and even courtroom scandals. The Bouvier line was glamorous, yes, but it was also riddled with cracks that shaped Jackie's resilience and mystique. Number 1. Blackjack Bouvier, the father who shamed his daughter. John Vernu Blackjack Bouvier III embodied the dangerous charm of Wall Street in the 1920s and 30s, tailored Brooks Brothers suits, smooth manners, and a gambler's grin. But behind the image was chaos, heavy drinking, gambling debts, women of easy virtue, and rumors of shady stock dealings. Jackie dreaded questions about him, and with good reason. The breaking point came on September 12, 1953, the wedding of the century. Blackjack was supposed to walk Jackie down the aisle to John F. Kennedy. Instead, after a night of drinking, he was found collapsed in his hotel room in Newport. Jackie's stepfather, Hugh D. Auchincloss, had to escort her. The press invented a sudden flu story, but the scandal was an open secret. Could you ever forgive a father who failed you on the most important day of your life? Number 2. Janet Lee Bouvier, divorce in Reno, artificial insemination, and the obsession with status. In the 1930s, America, divorce was almost impossible for a Catholic woman. Janet Lee Bouvier decided to play by her own rules. In 1940, she went to Reno, Nevada, then the divorce capital, and quickly secured her freedom from Blackjack. Biographers whispered that she may even have staged evidence of infidelity with the help of a detective and a hired temptress. And within 2 years, Janet remarried, this time to Hugh D. Auchincloss, a Standard Oil heir with a massive fortune. But their marriage had a secret. Auchincloss was sterile. Their 2 children, Janet Jr. and James, born 1947, came through artificial insemination, a procedure so rare at the time that it bordered on science fiction. James grew up to be a photographer, quietly hiding his homosexuality in a family obsessed with appearances. Janet drilled into her daughters one cold mantra: the secret of marriage is money and power, calculated cynicism, or tough love. Number 3. Lee Radziwill and Onassis, sisterly love or betrayal. Caroline Lee Bouvier. Radziwill, Jackie's younger sister, had a glamorous but turbulent life. At just 19, she married banker Michael Canfield. The union wasn't built on passion, but on bargaining. When Canfield once asked Jackie what Lee truly wanted in life, she quipped, "Serious money." By 1962, that marriage was annulled, and Lee had already moved in with Polish Prince Stanisław Radziwill. Yet her deepest wound came through Aristotle Onassis. Lee introduced her grieving sister to the Greek shipping tycoon in August 1963, inviting Jackie aboard his yacht Christina after the death of her infant son Patrick. But just 5 years later, Onassis became Jackie's husband. For Lee, it was both a personal and public betrayal. Was this Jackie's desperate move for protection, or a ruthless act of sisterly treachery? Number 4. Jackie's childhood, from Full of the Devil to Steel Mask. Jackie's girlhood image as a quiet, cultured child is only half true. Teachers at Chapin School in New York described her as sweet, clever, artistic, and full of the devil. She disrupted lessons, earned a D in conduct, and was sent out of class for chattering. Her parents' bitter divorce only fueled her rebellion. At the same time, she cultivated control. Ballet lessons, horseback riding, hours spent studying French literature. One insecurity haunted her. One leg was about a quarter inch shorter than the other, making her self-conscious. As she grew older, she ordered custom shoes with discreet lifts, a secret that gave her the flawless walk America adored. Childhood rebellion and painful self-discipline forged the mask of composure she would wear as First Lady. Number 5. The secret in her shoes, engineering the perfect walk. Jackie Kennedy's legendary poise wasn't entirely natural. It was engineered. Her assistant, Kathy McKeon, later revealed that every pair of Jackie's shoes had a small lift inside one heel to compensate for her uneven legs. Cobblers in Manhattan quietly adjusted her pumps and boots so her stride would glide smoothly. Nobody ever noticed, McKeon recalled. What looked like effortless grace was the result of painstaking adjustments, The same discipline Jackie applied to every area of her life. The woman who appeared to float through the White House hallways was balancing herself on quarter-inch secrets. Number 6. The Broken Engagement, John Husted Jr. and the Ice-Cold Goodbye. In December 1951, Jackie became engaged to stockbroker John Husted Jr. after just a month of courtship. A June 1952 wedding was planned, and Jackie seemed thrilled until money entered the equation. At a dinner party, Janet learned that Husted earned only about $17,000 a year. By today's standards, a comfortable sum, but for the Bouvier women, utterly inadequate. Janet pressured her daughter to break it off. In one of the coldest social scenes of the decade, Jackie reportedly slipped the engagement ring back into Husted's coat pocket during a gathering. Months later, she admitted in letters that she regretted the hasty yes. Yet fate had its way. The broken engagement cleared the path to John F. Kennedy. Number 7. Grey Gardens, aristocrats among cats and trash. Jackie's Aunt Edith, Big Edie, Bouvier Beale, and her cousin Little Edie became infamous symbols of aristocratic decline. Their once grand estate, Grey Gardens in East Hampton, fell into shocking disrepair by the early 1970s. Garbage piled waist-high, raccoons roamed the attic, dozens of cats lived in filth. In 1971, health inspectors threatened eviction. To save face, Jackie and Lee quietly paid for $30,000 worth of repairs and cleanup. But in 1975, the Maysles brothers released the documentary Grey Gardens, exposing the Beales' eccentric squalor to the entire nation. The spectacle horrified high society and fascinated the public, proof that even the Bouvier could rot behind closed doors. Number 8. Weddings, Money, and the Zero Ceremony. Lee Radziwill's private life remained as volatile as her public image. After divorcing Prince Radziwill, she nearly married San Francisco hotel magnate Newton Cope in 1979. Guests arrived, flowers decorated the church, but at the last moment, the wedding collapsed. The scandal deepened when newspapers reported that Lee had demanded a kind of allowance, large monthly payments as part of the marriage agreement. Cope balked, and the wedding of the year became the Wedding of Zero. For Lee, who had already endured whispers about her first marriage being for money and her annulled union with Canfield, the fiasco solidified her reputation as the Princess of Indifference. In her world, love was always tangled with contracts and checks. Number 9. James Auchincloss, a shadowed brother and public disgrace. The most shocking chapter in the Bouvier-Auchincloss saga came decades later. Janet's son, with Hugh Auchincloss, James, born 1947 through artificial insemination, grew up quiet and withdrawn, working as a photographer. Privately, he concealed his sexuality from a family obsessed with appearances. But in 2010, his name hit headlines for a darker reason. He pleaded guilty in Oregon to possessing explicit videos involving minors. The court sentenced him to 30 days in jail and 3 years of supervised release. Later, he violated conditions and returned to custody. In 2015, an appellate court revived a whistleblower lawsuit connected to his case. For a dynasty built on etiquette and polish, this was a permanent stain. Not gossip, not rumor, but a documented fall from grace.